Some of the people that I talk to when getting them started as cybersecurity consultants fail, and here is exactly why. There's really three main reasons that people fail as cybersecurity consultants or freelancers. It's usually one of these three or all of these three put together, which is unfortunate, but like I've said before, freelance consulting is not for everyone. The first reason that most people fail as cybersecurity consultants is that they don't stick to it for long enough. This is the same for a lot of different business types out there where people are starting up a business. If it's a brand new service, something new and exciting, or a existing service that someone else has already done or lots of other people have done before, and they just don't try at it for long enough. Consistency is really the key here with any type of business, and that applies with freelance consulting as well. What I see is that people try it for maybe 1 month or maybe 2 months at a stretch, and they're not really taking it too seriously, and they're expecting a lot to happen within that 1 or 2 month period. The kind of 2 points here is that A, they're not trying hard enough, and B, they're not sticking at it by trying hard enough for long enough. I've fallen victim to this before though. No one's perfect. I've made this mistake before. And with previous businesses that I've had, I originally had a web design business years and years ago that I've never really told anyone about. I won't tell you the name because it's really, really embarrassing. But anyway, I had this web design business. Me and a friend were doing it. He was doing the building of the websites. I was doing the sales and talking to customers and all of that sort of stuff. And we had a pretty good thing going. We got our first customer after about 3 to 4 months and made about $5,000, which was awesome. At the time, I was getting paid about $10 working in a computer shop, so it seemed like a pretty good deal to me. Anyway, I think what happened there is that the success got to our head a little bit too early, and we thought it was just going to be easy from then on out, which it wasn't. Surprise, surprise, things are hard in business. It's hard to get money in. It's hard to get customers, consistent work. And if we had stuck to it long enough, I probably would now have a fairly successful web design business, but I don't. I don't have anyone to blame except myself. We didn't stick at it long enough, and that's really unfortunate. Another guy who I used to talk to quite a lot was starting out as a consultant on his own, and he tried it for about 2 weeks and didn't see any success, gave up immediately. And it's sad because I'm sure with his level of skill, he could have done really, really well. He was a personable guy. He had lots of professionalism about him. He knew what services he was doing. He had all the boxes ticked. He just needed to try harder. It's like that. It's like a meme that you've seen before where there's one guy digging and he's keeping on digging, but he's not as close to the diamonds, but he's almost there. And then there's the guy below him who is literally one pickaxe away from finding the diamonds. And he's like, nah, bugger this, I'll give up. It's exactly that. That is quite literally business in a nutshell. Consistency is key. Keep going. Even if you do it as like a part-time thing while doing something else, keep it going because you might actually hit those diamonds unexpectedly. The second reason that people fail as freelance cybersecurity consultants is that they do not do enough outreach. There is really no limit on how much you can outreach to someone other than the amount of time that you have in a day. A lot of the time when you talk to a business owner and someone who's been in business for a while, they'll say, oh, there's not enough time in the day to get everything done. And that's because they know they need to be doing outreach and building network relationships with other business owners. If they could do that all day, every day, I'm sure they would, because those are the things that build a business and bring in the money. The same thing applies for freelancing as a cybersecurity consultant. You need to talk to people. You need to get work in. You need to do outreach. You need to do marketing. You need to do all of these things yourself. And if you don't, then you probably won't have much success. There's a lot more to freelancing than just having a service offering and people start rushing to you because they really want you to do the job for them. That's not really how it is. How it actually works is you hit up as many people as you can to see if you can get services that you offer through the door to their business. They either say yes or no, and you keep doing that to as many people as you can. And yes, it is salesy because that's the sales aspect, the marketing aspect even, of having a business. You do need to do these things. And if that excites you, if that sort of gets you going where you're talking to other business owners, maybe they have multi-million, multi-billion dollar businesses, who knows? And you're offering services to them, man, I think that's exciting as f. Get out there, do some outreach, build your business, and build your success. That's really what it comes down to. The last reason that I see a lot of people failing as cybersecurity consultants is that they don't know what they're actually selling. There's a few different ways this works. One is that you have such a large service offering that you haven't been able to package anything together, or you just haven't packaged anything together for it to make sense to someone who doesn't understand the services that you're selling. A lot of the people that you're selling cybersecurity services to don't really know what they're buying. I've had so many people come to me asking for a pen test, not knowing what an actual pen test is. You need to understand what you're actually selling to these different types of customers without just going full blown in and doing a pen test on a web app and they're like, oh, what about the rest of the business? You do really need to know what a scope is, first of all, what services you're actually selling and what that means for a business. Try to make things as simple as possible. I like to talk about these things as if I'm talking to maybe like my grandmother who wouldn't understand a single thing about cybersecurity. She hardly knows how to turn on a computer. Trying to explain to someone like that on what these kind of services are and what that means for a business is what will make the difference between you actually being able to offer a service to a customer or not. And off the back of that, if it's a good service and you do it properly and you've explained it well, they'll come back to you. There's a lot of different reasons that a business can not take off. And those are really the main three that I see from the people that I coach over on tsip.app. Seeing each of these people succeed or not really does rely on them. I could give people the full suite of this is how you do each service, this is how you sell something, this is how you do outreach. I can give you all that information, but if you don't try hard enough yourself, I mean, that's the end of it, really. You do really need to apply yourself when you're starting a business, and to consider freelancing and consulting as a business is the way to do it. And you really need to love what you're doing. You need to have the passion there to keep going, because there are hard times. There are times where you're thinking, is all of this worth it? Is anything I'm doing here actually going to make a difference to my life or to the businesses that I'm trying to help? Because I'm sure all of you, most people in cybersecurity, they got into cybersecurity because they want to help in some way. They want to help protect the world. They want to help make the internet a safer place. Thus the name of the Safer Internet Project. Me helping you to help people to make the internet safer is the project. That's it. That's what I'm doing. And for me, that is something I'm very passionate about. Passionate enough that I make these videos every single day telling you guys how to do the same thing. So get on out there, get passionate, help some businesses out, help some individuals out, do some OSINT investigations for digital investigation type work. It's super fun and rewarding. You'll be helping someone out who's a victim of some sort of crime, probably. And I mean, there's so many different avenues for success here, but there is a lot of ways that you can fail, which is I've outlined the top sort of 3 here of where people fall behind. Don't fall behind, get out there, help some people out and make the world a better place. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Have a fantastic day ahead. And yeah, comment below if you have anything you want to ask. Peace out.